What's up, guys? Welcome back to not only my channel, but also the series that you guys seem to love and keep asking for more of. This is the series where you guys send me bands and I tell you my thoughts on them. So I think I've done this 3 times, maybe 4. I honestly can't keep up because you guys just love this series, and I've been doing it every couple months to kind of keep up with the different bands that you guys want me to talk about. So I take 15 bands, sometimes artists that you guys actually send to me, or else just bands that I feel like I've never talked about on this channel that I may like or wanted to check out for a long time. So this is a pretty straightforward video in its format. I'm going to go through each band and answer a couple simple questions about them and basically give you guys my overall thoughts on them in general. I have a lot to cover here, so let's just jump right into the very first band, which is Tiny Moving Parts. Now this is a band that I believe have toured with other bands that I personally enjoy, but I never actually really checked out this band before, and my first impression of them is that they're definitely a modern emo band in their style. You could really tell that in their lyrics, and of course the vocal style that they use kind of gave that away pretty quick. The first song I heard by them I believe was Always Focused. It's one of the top ones on Spotify. Would I call myself a fan of this band? I'm gonna say not really for now. I do really like their instrumentation, the guitar work is excellent, but I think the vocals kind of turn me off in places, so I'm not entirely sold on them yet. And my favorite song, if I had to pick one, would probably be Applause. That's one of the ones that I remember liking a little bit more. Have I seen them live? No, not yet, but like I said, they've toured with other bands that I enjoy, so it could happen. The second band I'm going to talk about today is The Regrets, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure this band toured with Swimmers on their past winter tour. I was supposed to go to that, but it was like my finals week, couldn't happen. I'm pretty sure they were there though, and I had a lot of people recommending me to this band. I'm pretty sure it's an all-female lineup except for one dude, and they kind of have this Riot Girl sound. That was my first impression of them. I definitely like their vocalist's voice. I think she sounds very confident and charismatic. She does a good job at projecting her voice and putting herself out there and just feeling, like I said, very confident in the words that she's saying. The first song I heard by them was actually Seashore, and I would call myself a casual fan of this band so far. There isn't really anything that kind of has won me over and made me fall head over heels in love with their sound yet, but I can totally respect them. And I think if there's anything close to totally winning me over here is the song Lacy Lou, which is definitely my favorite. That one is just extremely catchy and kind of makes you want to get up and dance and kind of just jam out to it. And like I said, no, I have not seen them live. So my boyfriend John recently fell in love with the band Mount Eddie, and this is one that I've gotten a lot of requests for as well. John is actually the one that introduced me to their sound. He was super excited about it, and I can definitely say that I'm enjoying what I've heard. And from what I can tell, they're definitely very underrated. The first song I think I heard by them, John showed me, was Metaphor, I'm pretty sure. And I spent some time earlier today kind of digging deeper into their material. They put out an album recently, so I was listening to more of that, and after that I can definitely call myself a fan. I think my favorite songs are definitely Metaphor and Lovely. Have I seen them live? Not yet, but I would not be opposed. Next up we have the Gorillaz, and this is a band that of course everyone has pretty much heard of or heard one of their songs before, but they're a band that I honestly could never really get into. I'm not a huge fan of the whole style they have and that sort of thing, not really for me. First song I heard by them was obviously Feel Good Inc. I think a lot of people can agree with me on that one. That was a massive song when I was kind of a kid, so I would hear it all the time, and there's no way I can call myself a fan of the Gorillaz. I'm just not gonna even pretend or try to act like I'm a huge fan of them or anything. Like, I definitely wouldn't call myself a fan, and with that it means I really don't have any favorite songs by them. There are songs I like, but I don't know, I can't really say that I have one favorite or anything like that, and obviously I've not seen them live. So Hippocampus are a band that I feel like I've seen all over the internet, but I haven't heard very much of their music. I know they put out an album, I think in 2017, and I think I remember John and I playing that in the car at one point, but I honestly can't even remember. And with that said, like, I have no idea what my first song was that I heard by them, but I'm assuming it was off of their last album. And after listening to a lot more of their stuff, I feel like I can kind of call myself a fan. I don't know, it's kind of hit or miss with me. There's some stuff that I really like and some that I just don't really care for. My personal favorite songs by them so far are probably Way It Goes and Suicide Saturday. And fun fact, I actually almost saw Hippocampus live with Remo Drive a few months ago when they came to Pittsburgh, but it never happened. The next band is Knocked Loose, and I feel like I see so many people praising them online, but I don't know, I can't really personally say that I'm that into them. The first song I heard by them was Dead Ringer, and I definitely don't want to call myself a fan of them, at least yet. That being said, like, I'm not even really a huge fan of metalcore or hardcore music in general, so it kind of makes sense that I wouldn't love this whole style. Obviously, I respect them, I think they're talented, but just not really my thing. So I really don't have a favorite song by them, and obviously I haven't seen them live. Trash Boat are a band that I've seen tour with a lot of other bands that I enjoy. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember who they are, but I feel like I've seen them on lineups before. So because of that, I was interested in checking them out, and I like their pop punk sound, but I just don't know if I like it enough to kind of continue listening to them. I don't know if there's anything that really kind of separates them from a lot of the other pop punk stuff that I like. I don't know if it's just that strong. The first song I heard by them was Strangers, and like I said, I think I'm probably a casual fan of this band. I like their stuff generally, but there's nothing really that has jumped out at me and won me over. I guess if I had to pick some favorite songs, it would be 11 and Tring Quarry. I don't know what that means, but whatever. I haven't seen them live either. The next band is Chapel, and this is another one that has been heavily requested. I don't know where they came from, but I feel like they probably toured with Water Parks. I think that's correct. So a lot of Water Parks fans have been telling me to listen to this band, and honestly, this is one that I don't see the huge hype around. I see so many people talking about them lately, but I don't think they're that impressive. Like, no offense. And they're not bad or anything. I generally do like the sound of this duo. The first song I heard by them was Caught Up. I'm not gonna call myself a fan just yet. I feel like, yeah, like I enjoy their stuff, but I don't know, they're not a band that I would buy merch from or go see alone or anything like that, but I do like their overall vibe. I think they have a lot of potential for sure. The songs I've enjoyed the most by them are definitely Fool's Gold and Don't You Love Me. I have not seen them live. If I had went to see Water Parks, I'm sure I would have seen them there, but hasn't happened yet. Nothing But Thieves are next, and this is a band that I hear so many people talk about. I know they put out an album last year, and I have heard a few songs by them. I really like the songs that I've heard, so after digging deeper, I can say that I really actually enjoy their sound for the majority. My first song was Amsterdam, and hell yeah, I'm a fan of this band now. Some of my favorites are Particles, like I said, Amsterdam, and Sorry. I know those are probably like really popular songs, but hey, I really like them. And I have not seen them live, but I definitely would not be opposed to it. I feel like they would be a lot of fun. I know a ton of people who have praised the rock band Highly Suspect, and I did give them a chance like a few times before, but they're just not really for me. I can definitely respect their sound. I can recognize that they're very talented. I think they're good at what they do, but just their whole sound is not really for me. I don't think they're a band that I would come back to super often, like voluntarily. First song I heard by them was My Name Is Human. I know that's like one of their biggest singles. I wouldn't call myself a fan, and if I had to pick a favorite song, it would be Little One, I guess. No, I haven't seen them live. I pretty much haven't seen anybody live on this list. I think I'm gonna stop answering that question. So John actually added this next band, Cloud Nothings, to my list, and they are a band that I've literally never heard one thing from them. Unless John has played them before, I wouldn't have any idea. And after listening to them for a little while, I think I definitely prefer the instrumentation in their music more than like the choruses and the vocals. My first song was Enter Entirely, and I don't know, I feel like I'm not really a big fan of them yet. I need to find some other good songs. Like, tell me the good songs to listen to by them. My personal favorites so far would be I'm Not Part of Me and Modern Act. So next up we have I Don't Know How But They Found Me, which is Dallin Week's newest project, and so many people keep telling me to talk about them even though they only have 2 songs, but here we are. Of course I like them. The first song I heard was obviously Modern Day Kane, and yeah, I'm a fan. I think Dallin has a really kind of unique voice. Just the way he uses it kind of makes everything sound so theatric and much bigger than it actually is. His singing style is very underrated, but I think he's super talented, and I can't wait to see what they do with this project. What would my favorite song be? Man, I mean, this is like a really hard decision. Like, there's so much to pick from. I honestly can't even think think right now. It's Choke. So the band Mute Math have been around for quite a while now, and I honestly feel like I tend to gravitate towards their newer stuff more. I do like their overall vibe. It's definitely something that I can throw on in the background of whatever I'm doing and just kind of casually listen to them. And I really have no idea what the first song was that I heard by them. It could be anything, like I honestly do not remember. Am I a fan of them? Sure, I'll call myself a casual fan. My favorite song by this band would definitely be Hit Parade as of right now. That one just feels very euphoric and it's just so much fun. And I actually have seen this band live. They opened up for 21 Pilots a couple summers ago, and they put on kind of a unique live show that was pretty enjoyable. Young the Giant are next, and I like nearly every single song that I've heard by them. I feel like even though they've had some bigger songs, they're definitely still underrated in general. Their singer is fantastic, and I really do enjoy their overall sound. They're definitely underappreciated. The first song I heard by this band was My Body, and I feel like it was probably in a commercial somewhere at some point. I can easily call myself a fan of this band. I really need to listen to a lot more of their music because I know my boyfriend is really into them. He really needs to sit me down and make me listen to all their stuff so I can finally be up to his level. My favorite songs by them are America and Silver Tongue off of their newest album, and then like I said, I really enjoy My Body as well. Alright, last but not least, we have Royal Blood, and this is a UK band that my boyfriend really likes. A lot of these bands my boyfriend really likes. So I've heard quite a few of their songs. He plays them pretty often, and I can't say I've ever been mad about it. I have no idea what the first song was that I heard by them. You'll have to ask John that question. Am I a fan of this band? For sure. I need to listen to more of their music, but from what I've heard, I feel like they're very talented, and I love the guitars in their music. They're very hard-hitting, and it makes for just such a killer sound. I think my favorite song as of right now is How Did We Get So Dark? It just feels very epic, and I have not seen this band live yet, but they are playing at Boston Calling this year, so I'm very hyped to see them. I hope they win me over. Alright guys, that's gonna just about do it for this video today. Those are all the bands that I decided to talk about in this video. I know a lot of these were smaller and underrated bands that probably a lot of you guys haven't heard of yourselves, but I would highly recommend checking out anyone on this list for yourself. See what you think of them as well. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Also, while you're down there, please tell me some other bands you'd like to see me talk about in the future for another edition of this series. Thanks so much everyone for tuning into this video today, guys, and while you're here, make sure to leave a like on the video, and if you happen to be new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. With that said, I will see you guys in the next video.